Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Great show lined up. We'll get started with our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Road and Highway 77. Run by and check out those folks for any kind of program you may need to further your livelihood or just maybe a hobby you might want to pick up. Now listen, it's going to be 82 degrees today, but a low of 62, but we're getting closer to 50s. And we're going to be doing, this north wind is coming out and it's getting some really good dry air finally. And the water temperature is staying at 82 degrees too. Now the river readings, the Appalachian School of Bluntstown, it's low, folks, really compared to a lot of this rain we've had has been along the coast. It hadn't been up there at the, up in South Georgia and up in Alabama and all where normally would get a lot of water on the Appalachian Coast up there in North Georgia too. They haven't had the rain we've had. But it's going to be, it's reading a 4.5, and the Chattahoochee Caryville is just sort of hanging in there with a 5.8 foot reading this morning at Caryville. It's going to rise a little bit today, but we're looking at Thursday. It may peak on out again Wednesday night and start dropping out for the weekend, but that remains to be seen. We know a lot more about it. Usually we can give you a really good prediction on Wednesday morning for the weekend. It's a little early on Tuesday, but Wednesday morning is a pretty good prediction on what's going on there. Our tie is brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. Their motto is when caring counts. Today is Tuesday, October the 8th, and we're looking at a low tide at 9:42 and a high tide at 11.57, and we're looking at a really good 2 foot range and all through the rest of this week. Really strong tides, good tidal flow, and be some good fishing on that Elizabeth Baldoff Memorial Tournament this weekend with our tides and all. So that's a good situation there. The marine forecast, like I just said, coming out of north about 5 to 10, so good breeze coming there. All right, that takes care of our weather. We'll take our first break and be right back. All right, welcome back. Wrapped up the first weekend of dove season and snapper season. I've got some pictures of. I didn't get a lot of reports on the dove shooting, so maybe as the week goes along, we'll filter in some comments and some reports on it. Also snapper, with the weather knocked out all the snapper fishermen, so it was really a bad weekend on snapper, even though it didn't rain like they anticipated. In fact, the waves were still pretty big out there, so a lot of people just could not go. Most people I know did not go. But we were able to, go to Plan B, and I actually got to go fishing Saturday morning, and then Saturday afternoon went fishing. So Saturday was really a good day of fishing. We had that little low pressure coming in, and they really turned on. Had a good trip, and I have a video on that later on this week or even maybe next week. So we're pretty well packed up with our schedule. Now let's look at some pictures. I have some good pictures here. We're going to start off on I know I showed this from yesterday's trip, yesterday's video. That was with Mike Wolf and Brian Wilkie. I want to say this about that trip. I had a great time. But people always talk to me about, hey, Winston, you don't have to go 37 miles out to catch red snapper. Folks, we know that. But I'm going to tell you something. We've been doing this long enough now. I know you go 3 or 4 miles out to catch snapper. I know you can catch snapper in the bay. But you're not going to catch a consistent number of big quality snapper doing that. It's just a fact. You can go over there and catch 1 or 2 big ones on a boat, but you're not going to catch it. There were 4 of us, and we caught 8, and none of them were under 15 pounds. That's what we wanted to do. So we had a great time, and I take those short snapper trips sometimes after school and run there and catch 1 or 2 snappers. So they're good eating size, but they're not real big. And I've got a pretty big family I got to feed. We had a big fish fry Sunday at the house, and we had to feed a lot of people, so I needed those big red snapper. All right, let's look at some more of these pictures, okay? I love this picture. It's a little fuzzy phone picture. Pam and Bobby Boubier. Pam was my first girl on outdoor ed way back in the 90s, and up there in the Sand Hills. They went dove hunting. Don't they look happy? Great picture of Pam and Bobby. I don't know how many doves they got, but I know they had a good time. All right. Folks, y'all know what this is? This is frog legs on the grill. That looks good, don't it, Bob?
Yum.
Frog legs on the grill. Tony Bass. Tony had planned coming down here to snapper fish, and he of course, weather knocked him out, so he just texted me, said, I'm on the way to go. He called me Friday night. He said, I'm headed southwest I said, you really coming down here? He said, no, I'm going frog gigging southwest of Valdosta. So that's what he did. All right. Great picture here. This is, we've talked several times about the black drum. This is Jason White and Andrew. Nice black drum right there, Jason. All right. This is Margaret Gear. Margaret works up there at Panhandle Educators Credit Union. This is her first dove shoot. I don't know if she's happy, shocked, or sad, but she's got a smile on her face. And good job, Margaret. Y'all tell her you saw her on TV this morning. How about, this is a classic picture of here locally, but it looks like a picture it could have been 100 years ago or 200 years ago. Little gator right here on the bank, and this is sent to us by Taylor Tyson. He said he was glad he was in a boat and not on shore right here. Beautiful picture. I just love the outline. And we talked about catching fish yesterday. We talked about the ruby red lips, and what that is. That's a white grunt, and they, But when you open up the mouth, that's how it gets named ruby red lips right there. Excellent bait for snapper. So that is okay. We got. I think that's gonna wrap up. That's all our pictures right there. So we'll try to get some every day. What's fascinating to me is the people. I guess I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. I just want the success of the show, and the reason the show is successful is several reasons. Like that letter I had yesterday that I read. The wholesomeness of the show. It reflects the integrity and character of the people in the Florida Panhandle, especially outdoorsmen, and we're able to bring that to you every day. And that people just love to see those kind of positive things on there. So we're going to keep bringing it to you. And I've got great, as long as you keep going to our sponsor and say, hey, I saw you helping out on Panhandle Outdoors. That just helps a lot. Most of the sponsors, I'm really not a salesman. I can't go out and sell ads and everything like that. I'm really not built that way, and plus I don't have time to do it. So I have a lot of our sponsors have actually called me and said, hey, we'd like to be part of your show, and that makes me feel great. And I still have room for some more sponsors. Don't get me wrong. So we could use some more, and always have. And the more things we can do with Panhandle Outdoors, the happier everybody is. So it sort of reflects our lifestyle here in the Florida Panhandle. So we're thankful for that. And talking about our lifestyle, we got this little. Today I'm gonna do something completely different. We have 3 little short videos each segment. So this first video is about a minute and a half, but it sort of reflects on something that's important to us and taking care of our environment, taking care of our fishing grounds and all, and places we go. And I'm out at Gulf Coast at the launch at Cargray Park, and it's raining. So I just see a little stormwater runoff. I just shot a little video to show you what I'm talking about. Bob, let's go and run that. All right, well, we have a little bit of time to spare. I want to teach y'all, this is really for my class. I just want to sort of demonstrate to them, and I think my viewers appreciate it too. We're going to talk about stormwater runoff, and this is just a fairly light shower. We see this huge parking lot here. Okay, that water's got to go somewhere. Now up there is buffered by the grass. But what a bay system, and people want to say, what happened to the bay? From years ago, we didn't have this and that. Okay, got all these trucks and cars and Jeeps up here, and they all leak a little bit of oil, including mine and yours. Okay, that sort of washed on down. It washes on down. I'm going to show you exactly what goes on with stormwater runoff. We'll give you a perfect example. It's coming on down here. Y'all see it flowing, going on down this way. And look at there where it's going. It's going straight into North Bay. Okay. Halfway bridge up there, and this is just a little minor example. Okay, and that's why you have holding ponds in these parking lots and all that. The whole of stuff is washed down. So all that out there now, this is just one little shower. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the situation when it's a big parking lot? It's been going on about 20 minutes right here. All that washes out there. Freshwater runoff. Water supply that time is about 1,000 for North Bay. We've had about 1,000 ditches. All right, welcome back. Now, I know that little short video and it's sort of shot it spontaneously and all, but you can see what we're talking about when that water runs down from a paved area. And like years ago, we've had creeks and all, and we had ditches that flow into bays and all, and it's always done that. In fact, there's still swampy areas now where the water just flows through. But once you put that pavement and that asphalt there, and that water runs across it, you got those cars and trucks, they're going to be dripping oil and all the stuff they pick up, and that all washes down into the bay. And that's why we now have those retaining ponds and big parking lots to sort of filter that. And I talk about that a lot with our students. They get a grasp of it. And I have another video that shows them from the St. Andrew Bay Resource Management area. And stormwater runoff is important. And we need to make sure right there that boat ramps are really some of the biggest culprits because they're right there and they flow right into the water, you know, from the beginning. So we'll work on that. Now let's go to what's coming up next. I was drawn, my son-in-law Walter put our name in the hat to be drawn for the St. Vincent hunt. And I didn't think much about it. I told him about it. I said, you know, I used to go a lot back in the 70s. I love hunting St. Vincent Island. Well, I told him to go and put our name in, and boy, he just jumped on and did it. They drew our name, so I'm a little surprised, and so I got to start getting ready for the St. Vincent Island hunt. There'll be 2 hunts. One will be in November 23rd. There'll be an archery hunt, and then one will be in January. It'll be a muzzleloader. Now, folks, this is rough hunting. You go over there and camp out, and I was a younger man when I did it before, so I hope I can still hang in there. But I may just go over there and take my camera and walk around. I just love that place, and it's just really, really nice. So. I don't know if I want to archery hunt. I'm thinking about getting a crossbow. If any of y'all would hunt a lot with a crossbow, give me a call or something and let me know how you enjoy it. I'm toying with the idea of maybe getting a crossbow and checking it out. All right, now, speaking of Walter, he volunteers. You know, he's a financial planner and he had pretty full plate, but volunteers at Bay Haven Charter School as a head football coach and really enjoys doing it. Works with those 7th and 8th grade boys, and they learn a lot, and it's good character building. In fact, right now they're like 4-0, doing real well. But he and Whitney getting ready to go to Colorado for that big elk hunt, and we were talking about getting in shape and all that. So he's trying to get Whitney in shape to climb those mountains and everything. And so this is a little spoof of Walter getting Whitney in shape for this Colorado hunt. I think you'll enjoy it. This is has a humor in it, so I hope you enjoy it. So Bob, let's roll this one.
All right. Well, we've got 27 days left until our Colorado hunt starts. So my dad has been working me really hard to try and simulate the elevation that's going to be between 7,000 and 10,000 feet up there. So we're trying to find the highest area up here. It's 80 degrees down here, very hot for me. And I just talked to a friend of mine in Colorado, and he said that it's about 36 and it's going to snow there today. So there's a dramatic difference that we need to be getting ready for. So Dad's been working me hard, and we're just getting ready because the trip's coming up.
All right, Whitney, we're going to start off with doing some things to build your leg strength. So we're going to step up on these railroad ties as fast as you can, one leg after the other. We're simulate climbing a mountain. Here we go. Ready? No, you're using the same leg to step up every time. You've got to alternate the legs. Come on! All right, pretty good, good. So now we're gonna move on to some Rocky 3 lunges. Get fired up. Come on, we're going to go kill some elk and bear. Let's go, get fired up!
What is that? What?
Lunges. All right, that was pretty good. I like that one set of Rocky 3 lunges. So what we need to do now is do that again! Push yourself! All right, that's good. Good job. Now, let's do that again.
Rocky! Actually, Dad, I think my legs are getting stronger. I'm getting some leg muscles. I think I can do this. Yeah! Colorado elk and bear, you better be ready because we're coming. In all seriousness, we've been working hard and we're getting ready, so we're on our way. Can't hold a straight face.
All right, welcome back, folks. Glad you're with us. We're doing something new we've never done before. We're actually showing 3 videos on the show. A lot of times we've shown 2 and 1, but again, these are all short videos, all 3 different subjects. So you can see we're Whitney's trying to get in shape, and she said she was real sore the next day and all, but she's working on it. They're excited about going. I wish I could go with them, and maybe next time I can go. Now, let's take a look at our fish and game forecast, always brought to us by Mark Coward, and got to fish with Mark the other afternoon and had a great time. Edgewater Beach Realty, 832-6000. Mark is an excellent fisherman. Our times today, we're looking at this morning 3:18 to 5:18, and this afternoon from 3:46 to 5:46. So that is 2 good times. And again, folks, I really believe in these fishing times and outdoor times. I've been out there long enough in my lifetime. I know that they move at certain times, and you know, sometimes it may not be right in a 2-hour block, but because you might live in a different little maybe hour or so away, but somewhere in that area they're going to be moving around and biting. And okay, now I got this email real quick. This is from Sean Connolly. He said they went fishing in St. Joe this past Friday and caught 2 Spanish measuring 21-inch and 22-inch, and I caught 4 more anywhere between 17-inch and 20-inch. So the Spanish were pretty, and he caught these around Black's Island. He said trout was scarce out there, but I landed a few slot fish. We didn't have any reds or flounder. Going to try again. Sean Connolly, and all these little reports y'all send to us, that's sort of it's like a barometer to us outdoorsmen. You know, you send pictures, you send reports, and we just keep our hands on the pulse of what's going on in the Florida Panhandle. Okay, now tonight, don't forget, we've talked about it, Wild Beast Feast. It's going to be tonight at Highland Park Baptist. Hope to see a lot of y'all there, and it's going to be a grand time. I'm looking forward to it. And I always kid about the food and all that, but really it's a fellowship of seeing all you guys there and talking about outdoors and just talking about, you know, just visiting with you. So hope we can do that again tonight. Now also this weekend, talking about doing some really good things. We talked about this several times, and I'm going to have some of my students actually come into it and going to enter it. The Redfish Tournament, it'll be from 6 to 3. You can come by, and just come by Saturday if you're not going to fish it. Just come by and get you a barbecue plate starting at 11 o'clock for $5. You can't go anywhere and get a barbecue plate for $5. So I think that's a really good deal there. It's only $30 to enter, and then you can buy some raffle tickets, and it all goes to such a great cause, and we're just proud to have that. And anytime, you know, you have announcements that like the Wild Beast Feast or different things going on the outdoors, especially if it goes to a good cause or something, I'll be glad to do it on the show here in Panhandle Outdoors and help you promote it. And it's just good for everybody to do that. Also coming up this weekend, and it's not for the red snapper guys and offshore guys, providing the weather's going to be good, they're going to have a good tournament over here at Pier 98 Marina. They're going to have red snapper. I'm going to read you what first place king going to be $2,000. First place red snapper $500. Amberjack first place $500. The registration form right there. So run by, check out Pier 98 Marina. Tell them you saw it on Panhandle Outdoors there. All right, and several other things. And also at Elizabeth Botoff Memorial Tournament, you can get some raffle tickets for a boat and all. So that's all in pretty good shape there. Now, we're going to start wrapping things up. We're going to close out on this little video here. I was waiting at the boat ramp when it was raining Saturday before we launched, and I look out there, and well, you're going to see when you look on the boat ramp how fascinating, what fascinates me is people, innovative ideas they come up with. And this idea was very innovative. The guy's on a jet ski, and I'm looking out there, and it's in the rain. I see this guy way up in the air. I wish somebody had been there. I wish Gail had been there. I said, honey, somebody's flying in the air, because that's what it looked like from a distance. So you'll see what I'm talking about. And what they did, they ran a tube into the jet ski and propelled him up in the air. It's the doggone thing I've seen, and they're on the internet and all. You can see it there. But let's go ahead and run this. We're going to close out, folks. Thank you all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. You have a great day. Do something good for somebody, and God bless. All right, folks. Here at Carl Gray Park. Got a fishing trip planned, but check it out. I come down here, and I guess you can see what it's doing. There's some people out there already. What are they doing? That guy's flying. Look at that. I guess I've seen everything now. Boom! Check that out. Oh, I'm gonna close my window back. Is that amazing? Boom! It rain not bothering them. This is a show in itself. Hey, good job, buddy.
Thank you. You like it?
Yeah, tell us what you're doing.
It's called flyboarding.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a water jetpack that runs out that jet ski,
Yeah?
lifts me up in the air.
Okay, so power comes from a jet ski.
Yeah. All the power. It has the 90 that comes off the back. You take off your steering nozzle off your back, and you put a adapter on, and it's got a 90 that attaches to that, and a fire hose to that, and all the way to the board.
That is cool. That is really cool. I looked out there. I said, "Well, that guy's flying." That was
Yeah.
amazing. What was your name?
I'm Jamie.
Jamie, and where you from?
I'm from Panhandle City.
Okay, good deal. You do this very often?
Yeah, we do it every weekend. We usually do it behind schooners and stuff.
That is cool.
Yeah, we instruct people how to fly and stuff.
And what do you call it?
Flyboarding. We got a website called flyboardpcb.com.
Okay.
You can go in there and check us out.
All right, good deal. Thank you now.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.